is not going to work here at ASU, but I just want to put it in context today. This isn't hiring Kenny Dillingham because there is nobody like Kenny Dillingham. And I think we need to appreciate what Kenny is, just like we need to appreciate what Randy Bennett brings to the table. Because Randy Bennett is perfect for this job, in my opinion. And he comes here with way more pedigree than when Bobby Hurley got here. Let's go back in the time machine for just a second. When ASU hired Bobby Hurley as their next head coach, he had 2 seasons coaching at Buffalo. He had 1 NCAA tournament appearance. He had a conference tournament championship, and he had 2 regular season championships. He went 19-10 and 23-10 in his 2 years in the MAC with Buffalo. That was it, resume-wise, at the collegiate level for Bobby Hurley. But you were getting the name. You were getting the guy who played at Duke. You were getting one of the best mid-major coaches in the country. You got a rising star. You got somebody who's going to be able to recruit because of Bobby Hurley, because of the Duke connections. You landed a big fish, despite the resume not looking like one of a big fish. Randy Bennett, he's got the resume. He's got NCAA tournament appearances. Older than producer Evan, I think. Producer Evan, when were you born?
I was born in 2001, so
no, he doesn't.
Take this, 2004,
his first one was
2005.
Okay, so he doesn't.
I was around.
He doesn't have a tournament appearance older than producer Evan, but it certainly feels like it. He's had 5 straight NCAA tournament appearances with a mid-major program. He went toe-to-toe with one of the best coaches in college basketball history for years against Gonzaga. So the big-time matchups, the NCAA tournament credentials that Bobby Hurley did not have, the conference tournament credentials that Bobby Hurley didn't have, just because he was only there for 2 years, you are getting an experienced veteran, been around the block a couple of times head coach, who's been able to have all of this success at St. Mary's. No offense to St. Mary's, but it is not ASU. It is not a powerhouse program in the Big 12. It doesn't have the NIL money that ASU is going to have. And now he's going to get to come back home. Maybe he'll reside in Mesa again. And he gets to coach a program that he saw firsthand growing up. And now he gets a chance to take all that experience, to take all of those credentials, and now apply it to a program that is going to give him probably more resources than he ever saw at St. Mary's. I love this hire. It makes so much sense. Now, I say that. We don't know how it's going to work out. We thought Bobby Hurley was going to work out. We thought it was going to take ASU and make them one of the premium programs in college basketball. We thought it was exactly what was going to take them from being, at the time, a powerhouse in the Pac-12. And then when they moved to the Big 12, you thought, if you still believed in Bobby at that point, that he could do something in the Big 12. We thought that when Bobby got hired. We can think that now about Randy Bennett, but it does not guarantee success. All those credentials, all that past experience, all that past success doesn't mean anything for the future, but I love the process here. I love what they prioritized here. I love that they bring somebody that has some ties to the program, at least in a small way, from being here. And I love that they didn't go splashy. I love that they didn't go flashy. I loved that they went with somebody who in previous stops has just gotten the job done, because that is what this program needs. They need a floor raiser. Is Randy Bennett going to lead ASU to Final Fours and a national championship? Probably not. It's more likely than not that they won't reach those heights. But what you thought Bobby was going to do was raise the floor, but also raise the ceiling. That didn't work. You never reached anywhere close to the ceiling, and let's be honest, you didn't really raise the floor. Randy Bennett is being brought in here to be the floor raiser, to be the guy who now makes it the acceptable standard, the acceptable expectations to be, we're going to make the NCAA tournament. We're going to be a threat in the Big 12. We may not win it every year, but we're going to have our say in this. That is what Randy Bennett is being brought in here for to do. He is being brought in here to raise the floor of this program. That's what he has to do to be successful. Just do what he did at St. Mary's. Make the NCAA tournament a habit. win a regular season Big 12 every once in a while. Maybe if you can get some good recruits in here, you can threaten for a Big 12 championship. But what you are trying to do here by bringing in Randy Bennett is change the floor of this program. Raise the stakes a little bit. Raise the prestige a little bit. Bring in a calm hand who's had a ton of success at St. Mary's, ton of success at a mid-major, and bring that success to ASU with more resources in a better conference that can draw in some bigger recruits and turn this into a program that is making the tournament on a regular basis. So I love this. I love this move. I think it is exactly the move that the program needed. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. It's not splashy, but I think it is the right move. And I think it is following a similar vein, even though Gramercy wasn't the AD at the time, of why they brought Bobby in here in the first place. But they're just bringing in somebody who has way more experience than Bobby did at the time.
Yeah. And when they brought Bobby in, he only had the 2 years of head coaching experience, right, in the MAC, and you went to an NCAA tournament. It was nice. It was a nice little run for him at Buffalo. And then he came to Arizona State, and there was a couple of years where you thought, maybe leading up to COVID, okay, this could work out. It was never consistent enough. The one thing with Randy Bennett, it's been consistent. And if you can get to a point where it becomes not a shocker that they are not in the NCAA tournament, but a surprise, a small, surprise they didn't make it this year. Like it is with St. Mary's at this point after 5 straight times going to the tournament. If you get to that point, you're in a very good position.
You're trying to change the standards. You're trying to change the expectations. You're trying to raise the floor. That's what you're trying to do.
Correct.
You have to walk before you jog, before you run. And the Sun Devil basketball program needs to walk. That is the place on this path they are at right now. We're not in a full-out sprint.
Not at all.
We haven't been on the track in a while. We're out of shape. We got to build up. You start by walking. And I think Bennett, again, the ceiling, I don't think the ceiling is massive with this type of hire. But what Bennett provides is somebody who's done it at a mid-major program, has done it for a really long time, and can bring that stability and a raising of the standards to, we expect this program to be an NCAA tournament team every year. And maybe if we play our cards right, if we have a great recruiting class, if we stay healthy, if some breaks fall our way, we can make every once in a while that surprise run to the Elite Eight, that surprise run deep into the second weekend and beyond of the tournament. But the new bar that we are going to set is this team should be in the tournament every year. I can't wait to see if that's what Randy Bennett says in his introductory press conference. If he talks about how we need to set a new standard of this program, the prestige of this program, Big 12, high up, high profile, Division I. We see what's going on with the women's basketball program and Molly Miller. We see what's going on with the football program with Kenny Dillingham. We start rattling off and see what the baseball team is doing. That is what we need to bring. This is me being Randy Bennett. This is what we need to bring to this basketball program, where the expectation isn't that we're surprised when we make the NCAA tournament. We expect to make the NCAA tournament. And yes, the fact that we're having this conversation shows how bad it got during Bobby, that making the tournament was a pleasant surprise. And Randy Bennett is now being brought in here to change that, to where now it is the expectation. But he's got a lot of mess to clean up. He's got to recruit differently.
A huge mess to clean up.
He has to recruit differently. He has to attack the transfer portal differently. But you love that a guy who had to do that at a mid-major now gets to bring all that experience. And by the way, Randy Bennett has coached in a lot of different eras of college basketball, and he's had success in them all. In this new era of the transfer portal and NIL money, and we all thought that was going to be the death of the mid-majors, 5 straight seasons of making the NCAA tournament as a mid-major. 5 straight seasons of 26 wins or more. 4 straight regular season conference champions. He's been able to do it. And you may say, oh, it's the West Coast Conference. Who cares? St. Mary's and Gonzaga, they're really only 2 good programs in the West Coast, so they just beat up on everybody else. Sure, okay, you can make that. But it is the consistency that stands out to me. So congrats to Randy Bennett. I'm a huge fan of this hire. I think it is the floor raising that this program needs, and you hope that it can set a new standard for what this basketball program. Listen, you're in a power conference, right? In the Big 12. You got to make the tournament. You can't, with the success that football's having, with the success that women's basketball had this past season, with the success right now that baseball, top 25 ranked baseball program, you can't have your men's basketball program as a Division I power school. You can't have it be an afterthought. And Randy Bennett's job, make it not an afterthought. Make it to where now the standard is we make the tournament every year, and I expect that he'll do that. 480-864-1060 if you want to weigh in on Randy Bennett being the new head basketball coach for ASU. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Our guy Brian from Chandler, not a fan of the hire. Not in on Randy Bennett being the next head coach of ASU. Wanted an up-and-comer. Okay. Yes, Randy Bennett's probably not going to be here for 20, 25 years. But he's going to be somebody that leads a transition from where the program was under Bobby Hurley to where it is going to go. And in the meantime, probably somebody who's going to bring some stability and some decent success to this program while they build it up. Again, walk, jog, run. You want to run. You want to go full-on sprint, racing Usain Bolt in the Olympics. We're not there yet. We got to walk. We got to start training. That's what Randy Bennett, I think, brings to the table. At least that's the lens I'm viewing it through. That is the standard that I'm going to hold Randy Bennett to. I don't need you to run. I need you to start walking. And that's what I hope to see next season. When we come back, is a Jordan Lawlar breakout season incoming? And could this be his last chance? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Psychedelic Furs are back, live. May 28th, 7:30 p.m. at the Celebrity Theater. The Psychedelic Furs. Playing all the hits with special guests. We Are Scientists. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Psychedelic Furs, brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
Australia's Thunder from Down Under is back. The Most Wanted Tour hits Talking Stick Resort May 15th and 16th. 2 nights only. Don't miss the #1 girls' night out. 100% Australian and hotter than ever. Round up your crew and get ready for a night you won't forget. Thunder from Down Under, May 15th and 16th. Get your tickets now at TalkingStickResort.com.
It's Truck Month at Tim Hovick's Santan Ford. F-150s, Lightnings, Super Duties. Right now, get 0 down, 0% financing for 60 months, and 0 payments for 90 days. That's a brand new Ford truck from Santan Ford with nothing out of pocket. Nobody in Arizona beats Tim Hovick on truck deals. Nobody. We've got the inventory, we've got the financing, and we're moving metal. Truck Month is on, and when they're gone, they're gone. Tim Hovick's Santan Ford in Gilbert or santanford.com. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Jim Rome here through Rome Report. Do not come in here and point to the first weekend of the NCAA tournament as evidence that it does not always live up to the hype and that it's not the best event in all of sports, because it does, and it is. Some are cracking back saying there are no Cinderellas, the rich just get richer, and the Sweet 16 being made up of 16 power programs proves that. Yes, having more money does make it easier, but it guarantees nothing. Ask Kentucky. And no pure Cinderellas does not mean there are no great stories. Iowa and its genius coach Ben McCollum shocking the defending champion Florida Gators. Great story. Nebraska, who incredibly never won an NCAA tournament game, won 2 to get to the Sweet 16. Great story. Old heads. Tom Izzo, Rick Pitino, Kelvin Sampson, Rick Barnes, and John Calipari all still killing the game. all great stories. I know hate is the new dopamine, but it doesn't mean you have to hate everything, much less the very best thing. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Replace your wiper blades and save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Beam blade technology improves windshield contact for maximum visibility. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
African Americans are the most likely to die from colorectal cancer. So please, get screened starting at age 45. Now, Medicare and insurance companies are required to cover not only colonoscopy, but also less invasive exams like virtual colonoscopy. Talk to your doctor about your options. For more information on virtual colonoscopy, visit radiologyinfo.org/virtual CT.
Furnished by the American College of Radiology and the Radiology Health Equity Coalition.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
Are you counting down the hours, producer Evan?
Are you kidding me?
Till baseball's back in our lives tomorrow night.
You know what I'm so excited for?
Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am for this Netflix broadcast of Giants-Yankees tomorrow night. I mean, I've just been looking forward to, Bert Kreischer and the Usos
Is
from
that who it is?
WWE. When I thought about, how I wanted to start the baseball season, I thought, get those guys on the panel pregame. That's how I'll feel better about the start of the baseball season. Have you seen who's on the Netflix broadcast?
No, I haven't.
Let me see if I can get the full list. Matt Vasgersian is doing play-by-play. And I believe Netflix is doing this thing where they're going to have, here we go. The X key doesn't work on my keyboard, so this should be fun.
Oh, this is awesome. Albert Pujols, CC Sabathia.
You're fine there. You're fine there. Anthony Rizzo's going to be on the desk.
That's awesome.
You're good.
How many games do they have this year?
They have a couple. I think they have one a week. Do they not?
Oh, my God. And then the 7-time most valuable player, 14-time All-Star. They have, no lie, the best left-handed hitter in the history of the sport. The best right-handed hitter in the history of the sport. One of the best personalities in the history of the sport. And I don't know Al Duncan.
So Jameis
She has won a Emmy. So
Jameis Winston going to be a special guest.
I mean, that's perfect.
I mean,
Bert Kreischer.
When I think of how I want the Netflix era of baseball to begin, that's what I think.
In the booth, though, Matt Vasgersian, CC Sabathia, Hunter Pence is a pretty good booth. I think 3's always a little crowded.
When we get to the actual broadcast, I think we're going to be fine. And you see what they've done here, right? Giants, Yankees. CC Sabathia, ex-Yankee. Hunter Pence, ex-Giant.
How many games do they have?
I think they have one a week, if I remember correctly. Now, if you will give me a second, I will attempt to look this up. But remember, the X key on my keyboard doesn't work.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think they have one game a week. Oh, no, they've got the home run derby. That's right.
Yeah.
They have the home run derby, and they have the Field of Dreams game between the Phillies and the Twins. So we have...
Whoa. The Phillies are in the Field of Dreams game?
And I'm reading a story from 7:40 a.m. this morning about Yankees meeting the Giants. And it says there will be other baseball on Netflix this year. They have 2 other notable events. The T-Mobile Home Run Derby on July 13th. And then the MLB Field of Dreams game between the Phillies and Twins on August 13th.
Oh, cool.
And they will also be the home for the opening night game, the home run derby, and an additional game in 27 and 28. You know what it is? You know who gets a game every week this year? It's Peacock. They have Sunday Night Baseball.
Well, they have Sunday Night Baseball, which is going to be awesome. And that's
what I'm mixing up.
NBC baseball broadcasters.
They have a couple of games. Are we going to get to Jordan Lawlar, or do you want to just close this loop first?
Well, I just wanted to get to what I think is going to be great for 2026, the return to the MLB. NBC Sports has appointed Jason Benetti.
So instantaneously better than the Netflix broadcast.
With Matt Vasgersian. The studio team features Bob Costas.
Okay.
Ahmed Fareed.
Okay.
Clayton Kershaw, Anthony Rizzo, Joey Votto.
Oh, that's how you preview a baseball game.
Yeah.
Votto, Rizzo.
I'm just excited to have Bob Costas back.
So wait a minute. It's Costas being Ernie Johnson.
Yes.
And it's Rizzo, Votto,
Kershaw
as Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq.
Correct.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yes.
They might get close. Votto's going to be.
Votto and Rizzo are going to be awesome.
Votto is just Barkley. That's what he's going to be.
Yeah. Votto, from early in his career to then end of his career, very different people.
I mean, he's one of the best pure hitters the game has ever seen.
Yeah.
That doesn't get enough credit for how good he was as a hitter.
And
now we're going to get to see
you
him
want to talk
as
about commanding and knowing the strike zone?
You want to talk about somebody who would thrive in the ABS era? It's Joey Votto.
Joey
Votto would thrive in the era of ABS, and I hope that they talk about that with him.
You know who I do hope? You know who I do hope thrives in the ABS era?
Jordan Lawlar. I hope Jordan Lawlar.
There it is.
So that's a producer getting us back on track. I hope Jordan Lawlar thrives in the ABS era, and this may be the last chance for Jordan Lawlar. He had a really good spring. That being Jordan Lawlar. Hit .333 in spring, looked the part. I know he had some miscues out in the outfield, but he also had some dazzling plays out there defensively. He's learning a new position. He's going to be thrusted into the outfield here to start this season. But the confidence that the spring success that I think can bring for Jordan Lawlar feels like this is it, though. Feels like this is last chance saloon. And I know I use that phrase a lot here, but it feels like this is the last chance for Jordan Lawlar to break through and carve out a spot for himself on this team. Because let's look at it, right? Catcher lockdown, Gabby Moreno. First base open because you've got Carlos Santana. Your future beyond that, unknown. Second base, Ketel Marte doesn't seem like he's going anywhere, even though we flirted with the idea of him getting traded in the offseason in the winter. I don't know if we'll ever flirt to that level again. So second base, pretty locked down. Shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo going anywhere? Third base, okay, that's Lawlar's natural position. Nolan is there right now. Another spot. So your two corners on the infield, your future, very undecided there. Corbin Carroll is going to be your starting right fielder. You've got two outfield spots. Lourdes Gurriel is going to come back at some point. We all know, if you listen close, you can hear it. That's Ryan Waldschmidt knocking down the door. By the time the 2026 season is over, probably going to be an everyday player in this lineup. So there's only a couple of spots for Jordan Lawlar. There's only so many at-bats, so many opportunities to go around. So if this fails, if he has another year this year, like the one he had last year, is he going to get another chance when Tommy Troy is ready? When Gino Groover is ready? When Ryan Waldschmidt is ready? When Lourdes Gurriel is healthy? What opportunities are going to be there then? When either Gino Groover or Tommy Troy are playing third base. When Ryan Waldschmidt is taking up one of the other two open outfield spots. Jordan Lawlar has to start the season, protect against both Lourdes Gurriel coming back, but also Ryan Waldschmidt playing great in the minors down in Reno while Jordan Lawlar struggles in the big leagues. He's got to protect against that. Because if he opens the door, Waldschmidt's going to take his job. And if he doesn't break through this year, and I'm still a believer, I still think Jordan Lawlar can play to the back of his baseball card from the minor leagues, can play to the scouting reports. But this feels like his last chance to do it as an Arizona Diamondback. because it feels like if he doesn't do it now with the prospects that are coming, he is going to be one of those prospect for prospect candidates in the winter. And we talked about them potentially doing that this winter, but they'll do it again. We'll have those conversations again with Waldschmidt, with Troy, with Groover, just to name a few. And the positions that are already locked down for this team, he's got one more chance. It's kind of the reason why he's in the outfield in the first place, because he's getting boxed out on the infield. This team decided that we're going to go with an aging Nolan Arenado, whose bat has not been good the last 2 years. We're going to go with that guy at third over Jordan Lawlar. We'd rather have Nolan for the defense and have Lawlar learn a new position in the outfield. That's our way of getting Jordan Lawlar on the field. After this, you've changed positions. They've given you multiple chances at the big leagues. Your health is a question mark. So you got to stay healthy, and you got to play to the back of your baseball card. You have to play the way you played in Reno last year, or at least close to it. You have to do enough here in the early part of the season to hold off a Ryan Waldschmidt, to hold off a Lourdes Gurriel a little bit, to make it undeniable that Torey Lovullo has to write your name down on the lineup card every single day. And if you don't do it this year, I think Jordan Lawlar is just going to run out of opportunities. Now, he's been great. He's been great in spring. Eric brings up a good point, and I did want to mention this. So shout out to you, Eric, over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel, bringing this up. The D-backs last night in their exhibition game, producer Evan, I'm going to try to pull it up. I don't know if you have it up there in front of you, but did you see the lineup that they ran out last night for that exhibition game? Felt pretty close to what we're going to see on opening day. And they're running a similar version of it here today. They just have James McCann in the lineup over Gabby Moreno. But last night, Marte hitting 1, Carroll 2nd, Perdomo 3rd, Arenado 4th, Moreno 5th, Pavin Smith at the DH spot, Santana, Thomas, Lawlar was their 1 through 9. That's what it's going to look like on opening day. It's going to look some version of that. Maybe Carroll's in the leadoff spot, depending on who the starting pitcher is. It's Yamamoto, so you may have Carroll there because he's a lefty. But that's pretty close to what you're going to see on opening day. And then today, their starting lineup for their game against the Guardians.
Yeah, interesting to see Vargas.
Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Arenado, Smith, Santana, McCann, Thomas, Lawlar, the lineup for today.
Where are you getting that lineup?
This would be the official Diamondbacks Twitter account. And it says it right here, the official account of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That is so strange.
Are you seeing a different lineup than I am?
Yeah, on MLB.com, it's Ildemaro Vargas leading off.
You know what? I'd like the floor, please. I'd like to issue an apology. 3 minutes ago, the Diamondbacks updated their lineup in a new tweet that I did not see.
Oh, okay.
Vargas is in the lineup. So that is on me. I looked at the graphic instead of the update. But last night that was a look. That was a look of what it's gonna be.
I mean, by the way,
also keep an eye.
I would love to see the replies in that tweet.
So which one? The tweet last night?
No, the tweet on the updated lineup that they took Marte off. Ugh.
Yeah, why did they take Marte out? Do we have
why? But I can tell you, it's like Marte already needs a day off.
Well,
that's the top comment.
You
on
are
that.
going to get some people who do that. That's for sure. But before we do that, let's see what the reasoning is for why he was pulled from the lineup. But keeping an eye on that and keeping an eye on if Jordan Lawlar can have a breakout campaign. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the Cardinals, they're not giving us a whole lot of hope. I'll tell you why next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Midweek ASU baseball right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Wednesday as they look to take on New Mexico State. Head coach Willie Blomquist knows how to get the most from his team and looks to earn ASU another win. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus New Mexico State this Wednesday evening. Pregame at 6:15 p.m. and first pitch at 6:35 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS app.
The Avett Brothers and Mike Patton present Avett Patton Performing Live at Arizona Financial Theater, May 12th. Avett Patton.
Everyone has it. Everyone knows.
On sale now at livenation.com.
Eternal world.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
This is Arizona's biggest name in gaming. Whether it's the brilliantly brand new White Tanks or the always spectacular West Valley right down the street, we've got you covered with the hottest slots and tables, state-of-the-art sportsbook, dazzling dining like the legendary Morton's The Steakhouse, entertainment, and more. The brand new Desert Diamond White Tanks and Desert Diamond West Valley.
An enterprise of the Ghana Automation.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. With very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
Try the Chicken Milk Trio at Port of Subs. Protein packed with bold sauces and built to crush cravings. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Sliced fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Ready to refresh your space for less? At Living Spaces, thoughtful design and direct sourcing keep prices low while quality stays high. With sofas starting at just $295, queen beds from $195, and dining sets from just $295. Updating every room is within reach. Plus, enjoy fast, free shipping as soon as next day. So your new favorites arrive without the wait. Your next piece is waiting only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces. Come see us at Mark Mazda Scottsdale off the 101 in Indian School. Right now, you can receive a 1.9% APR for 60 full months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like the 2026 Mazda CX-50 and CX-50 Hybrid.
Don't know what to do with your trade? We'll give you a minimum of $8,000 for any trade, no matter what shape it's in, as long as it runs based on the actual MSRP. And if $8,000 is a minimum, think what your good trading might be worth.
The name to remember? Mark Mazda. Mark Mazda. On a pre-credit plus $988.
KTUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KTUS AM 1060. Online at KTUS1060.com and on the KTUS 1060 app.
Off seasons are about hope. Or at least that's what they should be about. Because in the offseason, everybody's got a chance. What you did the previous season doesn't matter anymore. Some cases a new GM, some cases a new coach, some cases it's both. It's certainly new players. It's new draft picks. It's a new schedule. Everything's new. What you did last year doesn't matter. Off seasons are about hope, about building towards the future, about giving us all a vision of how things are going to be different. So I ask you today, have the Cardinals done that? Have the Cardinals given you hope? Have they given you a vision for the future? And I don't mean some made-up vision in your own head that you have this galaxy brain idea that the Cardinals are tanking for a good pick in 2027 and they have this master plan to get a top quarterback in next year's class, and they're resetting the deck chairs with Mike LaFleur in his first season, and really 2027 is the year we should all be paying attention to, because they haven't said that to us. That is not a vision they have outlined to us in a press conference or through their words. Maybe through their actions, but not their words. So have they given you hope? Have they given you a vision for the future? I bring this up because I read a story yesterday, and I originally wanted to talk about this instead of Ty Simpson being the number one quarterback in the class, but that story took on a life of its own, so we did that instead. So I'm going to talk about this today. I read a story on Sports Illustrated that was reasons to hope and mope for all 32 NFL teams. So a reason to be optimistic and a reason to kind of be down in the dumps. And the reason to be down in the dumps for the Arizona Cardinals should not shock you. This is not going to win a Pulitzer Prize. No offense to the writer at SI who put this story together. But their reason for mope was, quote, the quarterback situation is the football version of choosing between a week-old ham sandwich and a sleeve of crackers, end quote. Meaning, it's not great. Now, It's All Code brings up a really good point on the YouTube. He wants to change atrocious for Arch into mope for Manning. I like both. Maybe we put out a poll to see which one we want to adopt as the show motto for Arch Manning. But that's the reason for mope. So you're like, all right, Chris, can you give me the reason for hope? Can you give me the glass half full? Can you give me the optimistic view of all of this? I'll try. But my reasoning for wanting to talk about this today is there's not a lot of hope in the quote I'm about to read to you. Quote, Mike LaFleur might turn out to be a great hire, and the Cardinals have terrific weapons led by Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and James Conner, end quote. That's what you're going to give me. That's all I've got in the hope department. You wrote this story. That's all you can come up with. Mike LaFleur might be good at his job. Might turn out to be a good head coach. And, oh, yeah, you've got Michael Wilson, who we're not sure if he's a wide receiver one. You got James Conner, who was hurt last year, and you signed maybe a replacement. And, yes, Trey McBride's probably tight end one in all football. But that's all you got for me. The hope department drew that up. That is Exhibit A as to why this offseason hasn't lived up anywhere close to where it needed to. You needed to sell a direction. You needed to sell a vision, and you needed to sell hope. It may not turn into more wins next season, but you needed to sell this idea that changing coaches was the right approach. Our free agency approach is going to be different. We're going to build a better roster, and we're going to move this franchise in the right direction. And all I can get is, oh, you might have gotten a good head coach. And yeah, you have a couple of good players on offense. That's all you could give me. That shows the failure of an offseason. Because, by the way, the next two teams, I'll just read you the hope for the next two teams. Atlanta, quote, Kevin Stefanski is a two-time coach of the year, and he's leading an offense with Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. Atlanta is also in the league's worst division, end quote. That's hope. I got a two-time coach of the year. I got some really good offensive players. I play in a wide-open division. The hope for Baltimore, quote, another team with a new coach, and the Ravens' top 8 players are as good as anybody in the NFL. If Lamar Jackson is healthy, this is a dangerous team, end quote. Now, I know those teams are on different timelines, but you see how easy it is to come up with hope for Atlanta and Baltimore? You want hope? I'll give you Cleveland. Quote, a new coach, a new year, and another season of Myles Garrett. The game plan has to be for Todd Monken to unlock Shedeur Sanders and for the offense to do enough while the defense dominates, end quote. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's a lot better than the first sentence being, hey, Mike LaFleur might work out.
It is.
You want Tennessee's? I'll give you Tennessee's. The Titans added a host of talent in free agency, including Wan'Dale Robinson, John Franklin Myers, Alante Taylor, and others. With a new coaching staff and Cam Ward entering his second season, Tennessee could make a power move in the AFC South. I mean, it's not difficult. Just go out and have a good offseason. Give me hope. Give me something to believe in. The Cardinals failed at doing that. And so instead, what are we left to do? Pick up the pieces and convince ourselves that it's all part of some master plan to mope for Manning.
Yeah, that's what they're asking you to do.
No. They're not asking us to do anything. This is what we're doing because they failed.
They're not asking, but at this point, by their actions, this is what you assume they're going to ask.
Not giving us a ton of reasons to be hopeful, a ton of reasons to be optimistic, a ton of reasons to buy into a vision, because I don't think they've sold us one. 480-864-1060 if you want to chime in on the Cardinals offseason so far. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. It's where we get mope for Manning from our guy Code. That's how you know Code is like actively listening to the program. He doesn't just have it on in the background while he's doing other work. He's actively listening, right? Because he's heard me say mope as the title of the story, and he put the two together. That's how you know that's a P1 right there.
I haven't heard the term active listener
since high school?
7th grade.
Yeah, right. Middle school, high school?
Yeah.
Are you active listening or are you passive listening?
That is something I haven't heard in a long time.
Well, proof positive that active listening is a skill because Code
exactly.
showed it off
Code's
there.
an active listener.
Active listener, no doubt. Our guy Brian, passive listener, kind of checks in and out. Yesterday, he conflated two takes that I had, put them together. Brian, passive listener. Code, active listener. We love you both, but it's just different. Just a little different when you're active listening. When we come back, how strong is the Diamondbacks rotation? That's next to lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Life can change in an instant. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can feel overwhelming. The pain, the stress, and the uncertainty of what comes next. You don't have to go through it alone. The attorneys at Sweet James understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact an accident can have. They're here to help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to under the law. When you call Sweet James, you're connecting with a team of attorneys experienced in handling serious injury cases. Their work is driven by preparation, advocacy, and a genuine commitment to helping clients seek accountability and justice. Every case is different, and outcomes depend on the specific facts involved. If you've been injured in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James for your free case review. They handle everything for you so you can focus on healing. That's the Sweet James advantage. Help available 24/7. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-9000000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour. The greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Some flavors just take you to another place. Like the Filet-O-Fish, a crispy fish fillet made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock on melty American cheese topped with tartar sauce, all on a soft steamed bun. It's crispy, flaky perfection. And right now, I can mix and match two favorites, like a Filet-O-Fish or 10-piece chicken McNuggets for just $6. This deal is the catch of the day. To get to McDonald's fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Can be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Cookout 400 at Martinsville Speedway.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag is flying. Here's Kyle Busch. He'll get the advantage on the outside lane.
Returns to Martinsville, Virginia.
Contact. Chastain. Alfredo. Austin Cindric crash and collide.
For a Sunday afternoon showdown at the Paperclip.
He'll make the move. They're crashing behind him. Elliott's in the wall. Checkered flag is out.
It's the Cookout 400.
This Sunday, 11:30 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS AM 1060 app.
Producer Evan laughs every time this rejoin music comes on. I don't know why. This is great. Doesn't this get you in the mood to talk a little baseball?
This is a different one than yesterday. I'm laughing because I didn't realize how much rejoin music you added.
I added
a ton.
5 or 6 new songs to
At least.
It's been a while since we've done a refresh. New sports starting with baseball.
And it's just so different than our other ones.
Right. It gets you. You hear that rejoin music, you're ready to go. You're ready to talk. You're ready to get involved in whatever we're talking about.
And right now,
me, the listeners, right now we're talking the Diamondbacks rotation. Now that was a very upbeat song. That was setting a very positive.
I was gonna say it doesn't fit the segment at all because that was a very
upbeat,
positive song.
Right, and I'm going to talk about how The Athletic ranks the Arizona Diamondbacks with a bottom half rotation. I can see the confusion that could provide. The Athletic did their rankings of everybody's lineups yesterday. They had the Diamondbacks 17th. They ranked the rotations today, and they had them in the bottom half of the league. And I don't know. You could say it's too harsh, but I'll read you a statistic from the ESPN preview that I read today for the season, because it's kind of hard to argue with a pitching staff that ranked 27th in ERA in 2024 and was 23rd last year, and they don't have Corbin Burns to start the year. They don't have A.J. Puck to start the year. They don't have Justin Martinez to start the year, and I know that's the bullpen, but overall, the pitching ERA the last 2 seasons has not been very good, and let's go through all 5 starters right now, right? Let's start with Zach Gallen, the opening day, the guy that's going to get the ball against Yamamoto in 2 nights to kick off the season. He had a great second half. Didn't have a great first half. It's been a mixed bag for Zach over the last couple of seasons. Ryan Nelson, what does he look like being a starter for a full season? I have questions of how he's going to get outs with really only being a 2-pitch pitcher. Brendan Pfaadt, young, has upside, hasn't put it all together yet. The first 2 years of Eduardo Rodriguez here have left a lot to be desired. But hey, looked really good for Venezuela in that WBC final. So forget the last 2 seasons. You can see how you get to a place where you don't view this rotation very highly. Their number 5 starter is Michael Soroka. Now, yes, when Merrill Kelly gets back, we're going to feel differently. When Corbin Burns gets back, we'll feel differently. But right now, evaluating it the way it looks on paper, I understand why it's ranked pretty low. The strength of this team, we said it yesterday, it's going to be the lineup. They're going to have to carry the burden. In fact, in the ESPN preview, they said, we know the Diamondbacks are going to be able to score. We know that's going to be their calling card. Is it going to be enough, though? Can they outscore the concerns we have about the pitching staff? And that's it. There you have it. I can take an entire offseason worth of conversations about the Arizona Diamondbacks and sum it up in that sentence. Can the offense outscore the concerns we have about the pitching staff? Or can the pitching staff surprise us? Speaking of the pitching staff, producer Evan really wanted me to get to this in hour number 1 of the program because I know he has some thoughts.
Because this is ridiculous. This is.
Can I set it up first?
You can set it up
before
first.
You just go off. We've only got a couple of minutes, and I can't even get the words out of my mouth, and you're red hot. The Diamondbacks are not going to have a lefty in their bullpen to start the year.
What a mismanagement of roster. This is a complete failure. Say what you will about Mike Hazen. I think he's done a nice job in a lot of situations. This is a failure. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care. I don't care if you don't have a lefty that you think can close games or pitch in the 8th inning. You need a situational lefty. This is baseball. It doesn't change that much. Lefty is still the hardest way to hit in Major League Baseball, period. That's it. That's the end. So facing the Dodgers, good luck against Ohtani. Good luck against Tucker. Like that, what a mismanagement of knowing who's in your division. Devers, can't get him out. Horrible. This is a horrible, horrible job by Mike Hazen. And if I was somebody working in the building, I would let him know that. Sorry. I'm done.
I mean, I don't have enough time to share my thoughts now. Is this going to make buy or sell in some capacity?
I'll add it.
Please, do you mind? So that I can, perhaps
have a reaction
to the news? Because I don't hate it as much as you do. I have 2 major reasons why I like it. In fact, how about this? I'm going to go so counter to you. There are 2 reasons why I love it. I'll tell you those reasons when we get back. We got buy or sell. It's a Tuesday, which means the NFL news dump is right around the corner. It's Tuesday. It's the producer Evan hour of the program. He got it started a little early. We'll continue it when we get back. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. I made a lot of poor decisions in my past that had lifelong consequences. After I was released from prison for the last time in 2014, I discovered the process to have my convictions dismissed and all of my rights restored, including my Second Amendment rights. Since achieving this for myself in 2018, our attorney has assisted over 3,000 others in doing the same. If you are still living under the consequences of past mistakes and would like to restore your rights as I have, visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com and book a free consultation today.
A night you don't want to miss. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. North America Tour 2026. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. August 27th. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. An epic night of music. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Make the precision decision with Precision Air.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan.
And Gina Bryan.
Owners of Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hey, Eric, let's talk about a word that gets thrown around a lot. Local.
We hear it all the time. Locally owned. Here's the thing. A lot of companies say they're local, but the reality is many of them aren't anymore.
They've been bought out by out-of-state companies, and when that happens, priorities change, homes turn into numbers, and people turn into profit goals.
We take pride in the fact that Precision is family-owned and still locally run for over 30 years.
We're not just talking about business. We're talking about our name, our family, our reputation.
And we'll be here long after the job is done. That's Precision Air and Plumbing. Make the precision decision today with Precision Air. Call 602-FIX-MY-AC. That's 602-FIX-MY-AC. Or go to precisionairandplumbing.com.
Make the precision decision with Precision Air.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Right now at Mark Kia, receive 0% APR for up to 72 months on the 2025 Kia EV6 with no hidden fees or unnecessary dealer add-ons.
The name to remember? Mark Kia. Mark Kia.
Offer through Kia Motors Finance. Expires March 31st, 2026.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Number 2 with some news. Ketel Marte just scratched because of soreness. So no worries for opening day. Don't need to be worried. Just some soreness.
The jokes are...
No. Listen, you need Ketel Marte for the 140 games that he's going to play for you. And so you have to take it easy. This is just part of the territory. He's a great player. He's an MVP candidate. You just have to, unfortunately, you have to either get on board or you should have traded him in the offseason, right? And after everything that happened last year, you kind of have to accept everything that comes with Ketel Marte if you're the Diamondbacks, right? Because you could have gotten out of this.
Yeah, you would have been able to do it.
So you signed up for another year of this, so you just have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And him being sore before the start of the regular season isn't bad or ugly. It's not good, but it's not bad or ugly. It's just a part of, shaking off the rust of spring, of not playing for a while. I know he played the WBC, but just getting yourself ready for the start of the regular season. Okay, we'll buy or sell.
Strap in.
I mean, it's producer Evan hour here on the program. 8 takes. So it was 7 before you added in the bullpen so that I could talk about it. It was already a hefty edition of buy or sell.
Actually, it was
size.
6. I added 2 in the last break.
Well, I know. Okay, so I know you added the baseball one, and then I showed you something during the break.
Here it is.
And you're not going to use this as a leftover story?
United Airlines
Okay.
just made the biggest innovation in aviation.
So I shared with producer Evan during the break. a video that was retweeted into my feed from United Airlines. They have debuted what they're calling the United Relax Row, which is 3 economy seats that have adjustable leg rests that can create a flat space for stretching out. You'll also get a mattress pad, a blanket, 2 pillows. It's going to start being available next year on more than 200 of their 787s and 777s, each with up to 12 of these brand new rows. This is fantastic. I saw the video. You saw me. My hands were up in the air during the break, and then I showed it to you. I'm all in on this. This is a great idea.
This is the greatest thing in the history of aviation.
I mean,
and I love the video starts with, "Are you lying down?"
I mean, they're probably going to charge an arm and a leg for these seats. That's probably where they're going to get you. But man,
well, they said it's in every economy seat,
right? But you're not buying one seat anymore now.
You're buying the row.
You're buying the row.
What's nice is if you had a family.
Oh, this is great.
You could all kind of make it a lay down area.
Or, like me, if I'm traveling with just my wife.
Yeah, you could do that.
I may buy the whole row.
Yeah, you just may buy the extra
and we just do whatever we want with it.
Correct. That's really the thing. Not even to mention, by the way, they have added, which is maybe the best amenity, is now Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth to their TV screen. Huge.
Do you get this anywhere else other than the lunch break?
Because as a guy who works in radio, as I call myself, an auto bro, I do carry wired headphones.
Oh, yeah.
But not everybody does.
I do for travel because it's usually I like having them to be able to watch the in-flight entertainment. I'm trying to learn more.
So are you buying this take?
That what? This is the best innovation
in aviation?
It's a pretty good innovation. I don't want to say it's the best one, but
wow.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take it.
Are you ready for actual buy or sell now?
Yes, please.
Ohtani, Devers, Kyle Tucker will all hit above 500 against the D-backs bullpen.
I will sell the take. Here's why I actually like what the Diamondbacks did here. Reason number one, I love what they did. You cannot levy the criticism against the Diamondbacks that this was not a merit-based decision.
No, you can't.
You earned your spot in this bullpen. Right? I mean, if you got a spot, they decided to not carry a lefty, which is against the religion of baseball, basically, because they felt like they had these 8 guys were just better than anything they had on the left-handed side. Phillip Abner, Brendan Garcia, sorry, we didn't feel like you were good enough. We think these guys are better. We'll figure it out against the lefties. Now, selfishly, you want to know the other reason why I love it? Juan Murillo made the Diamondbacks bullpen to start the season.
I was going to say,
so
you love it.
So
if it was a different righty, you would hate it.
It would have been terrible.
You would hate it.
Get a lefty in there. But, hey, we got to get Juan Murillo into the opening day bullpen.
I want to do the thing.
Can I tell you why I think you're wrong?
Yeah.
No longer do we live in the days where it is lefty on lefty for one batter. You have to be able to get righties out. And I don't think Brendan Garcia could do that right now. I don't know if Amber could do that right now. Like, I don't know if Abner and Garcia could do it right now against righties. And so you have to bring them in to face 3 batters. You're going to try to find them a pocket where they're facing probably at least 1 lefty, if not 2, but they're going to have to get a righty out, and I just don't think they can do it. And so you're going to trust that these guys that you have can get the job done until you get AJ Puck back, and there you go. Now you have your lefty, and everything's going to be okay.
It is one of those things, though. Just looking around the division, I'm going to give it to you here. As soon as
Oh, you have to face, the Dodgers. You're facing Ohtani and Freeman. Just the first 2 names that popped out. Kyle Tucker. So those 3 lefties you're facing there.
Okay, so I'll just give it to you. So Kyle Tucker last year he is the biggest, doesn't matter, really. He actually, versus lefties, posted an 826 OPS versus righties. He posted an 848. That was last year. Rafael Devers posted a 909 OPS compared to a 720. And Ohtani posted a 1,077 OPS versus righties compared to an 898.
So this is going to be your thing now. You're going to take this and run with this all season.
Yeah. Here's my biggest issue. What's the one game we circled last year on the meltdown meter that we kind of went back to a few times?
The game where they didn't go to Jalen Beats. But they...
Have you not learned your lesson?
Well, hold on.
This is an egregious miss.
But hold on. They went to a lefty. They just went to the wrong one. Because if I remember correctly, they went to Jose Castillo instead of Jalen Beeks. So they went to a lefty. They played the matchup. They went left on left. They just picked the wrong guy. I get it. They're going to be in some awkward spots. Like, you can already envision a world where as early as Thursday, we're late in a game and Ohtani and Freeman are coming up and it's close.
There's going to be a part of the lineup they're going to hit that is going to be, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Tucker.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get a single out because Mookie is better against the right-handed pitching as well. That's the other issue is now you're in a league where there's so many right-handed pitchers that most of these guys have reverse splits if you're a right-handed hitter.
I hear you. I just don't know if they had any good options. Because let me ask you a question. Do you really want Brandon Garcia to face Ohtani and Freeman?
No, I don't. I don't. But I think this is this only amplifies the job in which Mike Hazen did this offseason. That was a complete mismanagement and misread of where the roster was at.
Listen, I hear you as that it's unconventional.
Like
it's
to not
unorthodox.
bring a lefty reliever in, to not have one
is
troubling. Horrible.
It's troubling.
It's not troubling. I think is being really kind. It's a failure. It's a Cardinals level failure. It's like the Cardinals last year. The Cardinals last year did not make an offensive addition in the offseason. The D-backs don't have a left-handed reliever. Tell me what the difference is. I watched the Cardinals go 3-14.
No, I think it's a fair comparison that you make, that they didn't change that group at all on offense and they expected things to be different and they weren't. But there are a lot of new faces here in this Diamondbacks bullpen, so I'm willing to at least give it a chance before I destroy the organization for failing here. Carrying all these righties is a challenge. But I like that they went merit-based. Hey, you earned your spot. We're not going to carry somebody just because he throws left-handed if he doesn't deserve one of the spots out there in that bullpen. Now, yeah, they got to find a way to get Devers out. They have to find a way to get Freeman, Ohtani, Tucker. They have to find a way to get those guys out. I hear you. I'm with you. But let's see what it looks like. I was already concerned about the bullpen going into the year. If they added a lefty, I wouldn't feel any better. I wouldn't be like, oh, we're good. They know how to get Devers out. They know how to get Ohtani out. They know how to get Freeman and Tucker out. Everything's fine because they've got a lefty out there. I still would have the same level of concern if they had a lefty.
Obviously, I think you're correct in that. But I think, and I said this earlier, it just magnifies the mistakes made. Like this, my next buyer saw the D-backs bullpen will post a sub 4.4. Last year, they posted a 4.82, by the way. I just don't know if they have a chance at that. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to get better. I don't. Other than like eventually AJ Puck's going to come back.
Well, there's only two holdovers from last year's 4.8 ERA, right? Ginkle and Thompson?
Correct.
So
your hope is they're better.
You got two young. I mean, Andrew Hoffman, like you're taking a very negative approach and we're having fun here, but I hear you, right? This is not something teams do. You shouldn't do this. You should have a lefty. And the Diamondbacks not having a lefty is that they trust to be on their big league roster is a problem of their own creation.
And it's different, like, and maybe this is me because of who the D-backs are and like who they've been, but this isn't the Rays where like they're like no right-handed, bullpen arms or no left-handed bullpen arms because the Rays did that I would still criticize it and say I think they're wrong, but I think you would perk up a little just because they're a bullpen-minded organization. They've had a lot of success there. The D-backs, this is a continual failure out there. Like, this isn't a team that consistently has a good bullpen, and now they're running out there.
Fair enough.
No right-handed. This is a bullpen that has failed consistently, and now they're doing something like
this. But not this bullpen, not this iteration, not this group. And so I just want to caution against putting the past sins on this group, right? Andrew Hoffman was acquired in the middle of the season. Andrew Hoffman's had a great spring. Juan Murillo's had a really good spring. Jonathan Loáisiga has been great this spring. Those three guys may be able to be good against both lefties and righties, and all you're looking for, right? All you're looking for if you're Torey Lovullo, if we want to boil it down to this simple statement, you're just looking for somebody that when you face Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Tucker, any combination of those four guys, you want somebody that you trust. You don't really care what side of the mound they throw from. You don't care what hand
I'm giving
they
my
use.
best reliever, period.
I need somebody that I know can get these guys out. It could be Juan Murillo.
But so
it could be Andrew Hoffman.
So
it could be Jonathan Loáisiga. It can be any of those guys.
It is interesting. When you look at this bullpen, though, and you talk about those four, or you talk about Devers, or from a opposite arm approach, like the only guys I trust that have the stuff, are Jonathan Loáisiga, who you came in and gave a non-roster invite. I've been very positive on Loáisiga. And then it's Murillo, who I know you love because of his stuff. But let's face it, can you trust him?
No, not right now. But let me flip this on you real quick. And I know we have a bunch of other buy ourselves to get to, but I just want to flip this on its head real quick.
We're going to have to cut out a few.
You are criticizing this move because you worry about how the Diamondbacks are going to fare against all these lefties, right? The Diamondbacks are one of the more analytically driven organizations in sports.
Right.
They roll with the numbers quite a bit. Shouldn't that tell you something? That they still think this is their best bullpen to go into opening day with?
Yeah, so it does tell me something. But I guess my point is it's just an area in which they haven't had success. And I know it's not like, you can't blame, but that team was analytically driven last year, and it was horrible. And they made terrible decisions.
Well,
from a managerial standpoint as well.
When Meltdown Mountain opens up on Thursday, we will see.
And they're going to have a meltdown at game number 1.
We will see if a bunch of meltdowns get added because of your fear. What else you got in Barstow? We can get through them all. We can go rapid fire at the end.
Merrill Kelly will make his first start before the start of May.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll buy that. It's very much looking like he may make the second turn through the rotation. He may make a start. He hasn't looked good in the spring when he's been out there, but he'll be out there.
ASU will make the tournament in Randy Bennett's first season.
Ooh, this is a good one. I'm going to buy just to be optimistic. You think he brings a bunch of his guys from St. Mary's with him?
I think it's going to be a lot of what St. Mary's had last year.
I'll raise my hand and say not intimately familiar with the St. Mary's roster.
Neither am I.
So I don't know if he had a bunch of seniors last year that are just going to be gone. But you certainly think he'll bring those guys over with him. Where were they in the Ken Palm?
I'm going to look at like some of their wins this year.
St. Mary's was 26 in Ken Palm. Pretty good team last year.
Yeah, I mean, they've been good for a long time.
They were really good defensively last year, a top 20 team. I know they don't play anybody. But they were a 7 seed.
Yeah, I don't really care.
So he may bring some of those guys over.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. Why doesn't it tell me the scores here on the schedule? Recap.
I'm just looking to see how many of their guys were seniors. Their leading scorer last year was a junior. He's probably coming over.
Welcome to Tempe.
Oh, their second leading scorer, Mikey Lewis, was a sophomore guard. Welcome to the team, Mikey Lewis. Who was their leading rebounder? Andrew McKeever, sophomore. Welcome to the team. I mean, this is what Iowa did. It's in the Rooster promo that we played.
Yes.
The Iowa coach just brought all of his guys from Drake over and is having success. So I think there'll be some of that.
Yeah, was it Drake?
I think that's where he was, yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. St. Mary's was ranked this year.
Yes, they were.
They were ranked. And listen, they had some good wins here. Listen, I get it, but they beat Virginia Tech.
They beat Gonzaga late in the season. They blew them out. They beat them 70-59.
That's a good win. I'm just looking at some of these teams.
They beat
here.
Wichita State.
Wichita State, good win. It's a team that's constantly in there.
They didn't play a ton of tournament teams, and that's always going to be the knock against them. But,
yeah, they lost in a heartbreaker.
But
Texas A&M.
I think they will be. I think they will make the tournament next year. Yes.
All right, are you ready for this next one? Take it a step further.
Okay.
ASU football will make the college football playoff. Men's and women's basketball will make the tournament. And ASU baseball will make the regionals in all of their current or next season.
See, that you've just put me in an unenviable position here. Because the right thing to do here is to just take the field, meaning one of those things doesn't happen. That's what the mathematical...
I'm a huge nerd. Yeah, but you're a Sun Devil.
That's what that part of my brain wants to do. But then there's the other part of my brain that's a Sun Devil that says, of course I believe all these things because I'm a Sun Devil through and through.
You're a lifer.
But the analytical brain,
I'm a huge nerd.
The logical brain in me will sell this take because all of those things happening in one calendar year, probably not going to happen.
Aaron Rodgers.
By the way, ASU baseball, they play tomorrow night against New Mexico State, but this weekend they play West Virginia, a battle of two top 25 Big 12 programs.
ASU baseball, they just keep winning. What a thriller last night in Vegas.
Series win over the weekend against Kansas State. Playing well.
Did you see how they won last night?
I did not.
They got UNLV to bounce into a double play with 2 runners on in the 9th. Up 12-11.
Wow.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers will play for the Steelers.
Bye. That's all I want to say about Aaron Rodgers. I'd like to move on with my day.
Last one, I did give us to you, but you didn't give me an answer. The D-backs bullpen will post a sub 4.4 ERA.
I'll buy. I'll be the optimist, the optimist on the show.
There it is. I mean, we zoomed through those last 6.
Well, yeah, we just went rapid fire after yelling about the Diamondbacks bullpen and United lay down seats. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to weigh in on any of that here today on the program. You can also chat away with us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it is a Tuesday, which means it is the NFL News Dump, the latest stories from the world of football. Producer Evan has them for us next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
What if you had to skip breakfast and lunch and dinner? At St. Mary's Food Bank, that's a reality for many of our neighbors in need. 250,000 people rely on the food bank every day. Your donations are what makes feeding them possible. Donate and get a $1 for $1 Arizona charitable tax credit, up to $495 for individuals and $987 for couples filing jointly. Learn more at stmarysfoodbank.org.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. Featuring Seether. Stained. October 13th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. With special guests, Hoobastank and Hinder. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the America First Credit Union series.
Before Arizona heat turns unbearable, get your AC ready with Ace Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether you need an AC tune-up, fast repair, or a new energy-efficient system, Ace helps keep your home cool, comfortable, and efficient all summer long. Beat the rush. Call Ace today at 602-536-4475 for free estimates and expert service. That's 602-536-4475. Or visit us online at acehomeaz.com. Acing Arizona's comfort needs since '94.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. Having an elite receiver in the NFL is a luxury. It simplifies everything for a QB, forces defenses to account for one player on every snap. The big plays that follow can change a game. The question is, how much are they really worth? Receivers are now being paid like franchise quarterbacks. Jackson Smith-Njigba is making over $42 million a year with Seattle. The contract won't give you much pause with Seattle's roster, but that type of money hasn't worked everywhere else. Jamar Chase and the Bengals have disappointed since his extension. Justin Jefferson in Minnesota, CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys, DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh, Garrett Wilson with the Jets, all searching for stability. None of this diminishes the players. It just highlights the cost. When you commit that much money to one receiver, something else gives. Depth thins out. Roster flaws become harder to fix. And in this league, scoring points is only part of the equation. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. 2 words, prostate exam. Relax. Screening starts with a simple finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or over and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and the next steps. Sponsored by Novartis. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Goodyear tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan. See their Goodyear test results, tire ratings, and reviews. Be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
We roll into the NFL news dump here on a Tuesday. The top stories in the world of football. Producer Evan has them. I react to them. It's really just an excuse to play this music. We're running out of time, though, because after the draft, I think this gets retired for a little bit.
Yeah,
I think we get one news dump post draft, like on the Tuesday after the NFL draft. But then that's it until training camp, I think.
I think that's it. Yeah, I agree. The Buccaneers linebacker Lavonte David, the great linebacker in Tampa, has officially retired from the NFL.
What a career. 36 years old. Since he entered the league in 2012, ranked first in solo tackles. The 2010s All-Decade team, one of just 3 players to record 40-plus sacks and 35-plus takeaways. The other 2, Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher.
Wow.
Who both happen to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
He's one of 7 players to reach 1,700 career tackles. One of just 4 players in league history to have 40 sacks, 30 forced fumbles, and 10 interceptions.
Wow.
So, yeah, Lavonte David, an excellent career. Also Super Bowl champ.
The Falcons, by the way, welcome to Fantasy Confusion, everybody, because the Falcons have decided to mess with everybody.
So they have added, so they have They have Bijan Robinson, who if you were writing it down, it would be B. Robinson. And so today they decided, let's sign Brian Robinson, so we have another B. Robinson.
Yep. The first
at the same position.
And I can't wait to see people react to Brian Robinson scoring, thinking that it's Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Because if we know anything about the Atlanta Falcons, this clearly does not matter from the coach. This comes from upstairs. We hate Bijan inside the 10.
Could you imagine if this was still Arthur Smith? Because remember, Arthur Smith would do this because he was still there, right, when Bijan first got there?
Yes.
Where he would take Bijan off the field in the red zone. Could you imagine if they did that and they just put another B. Robinson on the field and it was Brian? What a troll. What a troll that would be.
This whole thing feels like a troll.
Well,
I get it that
they need an Algier replacement.
I know they did, but this feels like a troll.
I need a social media account. I need the Falcons social media account right now to create a video of Bijan and Brian Robinson in the style of an accident law firm TV commercial. Robinson and Robinson. That's what I need.
That's awesome.
And sometimes I have some really good ideas.
That's an awesome idea. Wow.
I need somebody to work on that for me.
Yep, that's awesome. Joe Burrow and RG3 have expressed
why did you say his name like that?
What?
You said Burrow. Why did you say it like that? You said Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
It didn't sound right. It sounded that you said like Burrow. You put the emphasis on the burr instead of the burrow.
Sorry. The 2019 Heisman Trophy winner and national champion, as well as RG3, expressed interest in Olympic flag football to play for Team USA, despite losing to Team USA in the flag football competition over the weekend. Did you happen to tune into any of that?
No.
I didn't either.
I had way too many important things to do in my weekend than watch that.
I had nothing important to do.
And still decided
I had more important things to do. With all that being said, I believe we got crushed. We, as in the National Football League.
No, Tom Brady's team, they got destroyed. Although
I heard Jalen Hurts didn't look good, but anybody putting stock into that, this is flag football.
Odell Beckham Jr. had a really good showing.
Had a catch. Odell had a catch.
To the point where there are some teams that are actually inquiring about
the
him.
Giants. Jackson Dart wants to bring him back. Go do it, Jackson. You want to talk about a guy, Odell, he was a nice player. It has to be one of the most overrated players in the history.
You're really feeling yourself today on the program. You're really feeling yourself. You're mad at Torey Lovello and Mike Hazen. You're going scorched earth on Odell Beckham Jr. You really are feeling yourself.
So Odell, here's my thought on Odell. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Odell was a very nice player early in his career, and I'm not taking anything away from him.
Okay.
But when I was in college, when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, and he unfortunately tore his ACL. But kids I was in college with were telling me at the time, how cool is it that Odell Beckham Jr. is in the Super Bowl? On the list of people it was cool for, he was 25th.
You good? Because I have some pressing news to share. This is from Tom Pelissaro. The NFL Competition Committee proposed 5 rule changes to be considered at next week's annual meeting, including allowing league personnel to consult with on-field officials when considering disqualifications for both flagrant football acts and non-football acts without being called on the field. And for 1 year only, to allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses made by on-field officials that impact the game in the event that there is a work stoppage involving the game officials represented by the NFL Referees Association. The other things that they're considering, to permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game, to eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line, and to modify the kickoff alignment requirements for the receiving team players in the setup zone. So some kickoff mechanics.
I think the kickoff mechanic rules
and some
need
changes
to be put in place
to how we officiate the games.
Do you like the officiating rule?
So the second rule that I read there was like their version of VAR. Where
Yeah,
they can
in theory, that's great.
Yeah, well, as somebody who deals with VAR on a regular basis in soccer, be careful what you wish for.
Really?
It's not
bad?
great. It's really bad. It's very inconsistent.
What do they do for VAR? They draw this box?
So what happens is that the referee has to make a call on the field, and the VAR and their team is looking at all of the videos, and they will interject if they believe it is a clear and obvious mistake on the official's part. And so what they'll do is they're always talking to the official. So when the official's making a call, the VAR can talk to them and say, just hold, we're checking. And then he'll say, I'm recommending an on-field review. And then you get the little box. And then he walks over to the little TV screen. Then they have a conversation of what the VAR sees, shows them all the angles they see on TV. And then they come to a determination. Sometimes the official can stick with their original call. In most cases, they will agree with the VAR after seeing all the different angles and change the call.
But so it is, at end of day, in that scenario, it is still the official's call.
It is still the official's call at the end of the day.
Okay.
The only thing the VAR does is present him with the information that he clearly couldn't see from all the angles, and then he hits you with the little VAR.
And then he hits you with the box.
He hits you with the little
I don't understand the box.
The boxes were going to the screen.
The box is dumb.
The boxes were going to the screen to look at. Is that all you got today in the NFL news?
Yeah, I want to be very clear. There's nothing.
No, it's a little quiet right now.
Going on.
Hey, the Patriots released Josh Dobbs, Tommy DeVito.
Tommy
QB number
DeVito,
2.
congratulations. He's the number 2. Aaron Rodgers' reunion with the Steelers would, quote, be such a great story from Mike McCarthy. And, who cares? Couldn't agree more. As you can tell.
You agree with yourself.
We're out of great stories. So
that's it. The NFL news dump done here today on the Tuesday edition of the program. When we come back, the Suns, they'll try to put together a winning streak tonight when they take on the Denver Nuggets. We'll preview that game next. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 800-9-MILLION. 800-9-MILLION. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling. Turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Hi, this is Jan from Toyota. You're currently listening to my new meditation guide called Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Take a moment to find a comfortable position. Now soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a rugged new Tacoma. Now, take a deep breath in. Not too deep, because that's patchouli you're smelling, and imagine taking a Corolla Cross to a music festival. Next, picture a bright light ahead. You're hitting the town in a sleek new Camry. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey. That's what you heard, because you're in a farm sanctuary now in a spacious new Grand Highlander. When you're ready, take a final deep breath in and go from dreaming it to driving it today. That's Jan's meditation.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Your dental health affects your whole body's wellness. Got a broken tooth or need a crown? At Arizona Crown Center, you can expect care focused on crowns and bridges for just $6.99 per tooth, including your x-ray. That's less than half the usual cost. With Arizona Crown Center, expect top quality, efficient treatment backed by a 3-year unconditional guarantee, and even same-day service. They keep it simple and affordable, so you can enjoy the foods you love without worry. Plus, their friendly team makes every visit comfortable and easy. Whether it's your first crown or replacing an old one, they personalize your care to fit you. That's something to really smile about. Don't live with discomfort. Visit azcrowncenter.com for your free consultation today. Serving the Valley for over 20 years with offices in Chandler, Surprise, and Prescott. Get premium dental crowns and bridges at a price that fits your budget. azcrowncenter.com. That's azcrowncenter.com. Your smile's best friend.
What would you do if you could multiply your cash? Would you multiply your vacations? Multiply your relaxation? Or multiply your celebrations? With multiplier scratchers from the Arizona Lottery, you can multiply all the good things like vacations, relaxation, and celebrations. Play multiplier scratchers for over $270 million in prizes and multiply your fun. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
Midweek ASU baseball right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Wednesday as they look to take on New Mexico State. Head coach Willie Blomquist knows how to get the most from his team and looks to earn ASU another win. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus New Mexico State this Wednesday evening. Pregame at 6:15 p.m. and first pitch at 6:35 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS app.
Break out the late night snacks. 8 o'clock tonight. Suns, Nuggets. The Suns will go for a 2-game winning streak. Yes, they snapped their losing streak over the weekend by beating Toronto. So they will try to extend their streak tonight to 2. Just looking at the latest in terms of the injury report ahead of tonight's game, there will be no Dylan Brooks tonight. There will be no Mark Williams tonight. There will be no Amir Coffey tonight. Grayson Allen is listed as questionable for tonight's game. Royce O'Neal, I believe, listed as probable in the last injury report. Yes, the injury report last night for Phoenix had Grayson Allen listed as questionable, Dylan Brooks, Amir Coffey, Haywood Highsmith, and Mark Williams out. Royce O'Neal listed as probable. For Denver, they're going to be without Peyton Watson, who they just got back over the weekend. He missed about 6 weeks with a hamstring injury, came back, looked really good over the weekend for them, kind of really rounded out their rotation. But they're taking it easy with him coming back from that injury, so they'll be without him tonight. And Denver comes in 2-game winning streak. They come in playing for a lot. Right now, they are the 4 seed, and it is razor thin between the 4 seed and the 6 seed. And if you squint, they're actually in play for the 3 seed. So they have a lot to play for. We know the Suns pretty locked in to the 7 seed right now in the Western Conference. Denver not locked in at all to anything. And they certainly want to hold on to at least the 4 seed to guarantee themselves home field advantage, home court advantage in a playoff series. You fall to the 5 seed, that's not the case. You fall to the 6 seed, now all of a sudden you're traveling to the 3 seed to open up your playoffs. So a lot to play for this Denver team. And in reading about the Nuggets as of late, I read a really interesting story. I think it was Mark Spears who reported this on ESPN. The Nuggets have actually been mad, and they've complained to the league a little bit on how teams have been defending Jokic lately. Like the aggressiveness, they're defending him, away from the basket really hard, being really physical. And I read this and I was like, feels like you could really get under, Jokic and the Nuggets' skin here. But the problem is you don't have the 2 guys that I would love to have for that, because you don't have Mark Williams and you don't have Dylan Brooks. Like that is, you see that report and you think to yourself, boy, I would love to have Dylan Brooks tonight, because he'll just be a pest for 40 minutes for Jokic.
And if you had Dylan Brooks tonight,
and he saw that
article,
yeah,
and he's playing into it too.
He's running up to Jordan, Coach, you've got to match me up against Jokic. I know there's this, I've got to go up against him because I'll just be a thorn in his side. So you don't have that, although I wonder if the Suns try to maybe take advantage of that a little bit. And so what do we want to see tonight from the Phoenix Suns? Well, obviously you'd like to see a win. You'd like to see them build some momentum for when they get healthy, when they get back the guys on that laundry list that we just developed. And I also want to see them relish the role of playing spoiler tonight because they're not playing for anything, but the Nuggets are. And so you can be a thorn in their side. You have not had a good run against this team this season. You lost the previous 2 meetings against them. You've given up 130 points in both of those meetings. This is the best offense in the NBA, Denver has. And you've struggled against them. You've lost both games, but not only have you lost both of these games, they've been relatively uncompetitive. And your calling card this year has been your defense. They've owned you, 130 plus in both games. So relish the role of being a spoiler. Build momentum for getting healthy. You want to see another good effort, even if it comes in a loss. You don't want to see them have another blown fourth quarter lead. You want to see them try to hang with this Denver team for 4 quarters. And hopefully, if you can play your cards right, if you can build off of what you did against Toronto, maybe you come out on top against a team that you've struggled with this season. That's what I want to see tonight.
Yeah. You want to see them, string something together where you can play spoiler. If you get a win, great. I need them to look good tonight. I need them to be able to build confidence and make sure nobody gets hurt.
Well, and the thing that makes this game so intriguing to me is Denver's playing for a lot.
A lot.
So
they're coming out their best tonight.
You're going to get their best, or they're going to at least try to give you their best.
Correct.
So where do you stand? Where do you stand against Denver giving you their best, shorthanded? Can you grit and just tough your way into being close in the fourth quarter with this team? Because I'll be impressed by that. So without Mark Williams, without Dillon Brooks, with potentially no Grayson Allen, you look like you're going to have Royce O'Neal back tonight. Can you just hang on? Can you do what you did against Boston last week, right? Where you never really felt like the Suns were going to win the game. But for 3+ quarters, you're like, man, they're just hanging around here. And then they took the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're like, man, they might actually do this. They didn't because they went the final 5 minutes without scoring a basket. But can you follow that script a little bit, at least through the first 3 quarters? Can you hang on the coattails of Denver for a little bit and just make it a little more annoying for them than they maybe think it'll be tonight? I don't expect you to win.
No.
You're shorthanded. It's a good Denver team. It's the best offense. They've owned you this year. You're banged up. They've got a ton to play for. I mean, everything points to Denver winning this game comfortably.
But
can you keep it close? Can you give me another good effort? Can you give me the first 3 quarters against Boston? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for tonight. And we'll be here to break it all down tomorrow on the Wednesday edition of the Lunch Break. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream as well. When we come back, we wrap up today's edition of the show. It is all the stories we didn't get to today. We call them the leftovers. Producer Evan has them for us next. It's the Lunch Break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of your social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
2 words, prostate exam. Did your butt just clench? Relax. Screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But don't clench. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and next steps. Sponsored by Novartis.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Gorillas, live in Phoenix. Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Come see us at Mark Kia just off the 101 in Indian School. Right now, receive 0% APR for up to 72 months on a brand new 2025 Kia EV6. You heard right, 0%. And at Mark Kia, what you see is what you get. We have transparent pricing with no hidden fees or unnecessary dealer add-ons. Go to markkia.com right now, where you'll find all the tools you need to complete your entire deal online.
The name to remember? Mark Kia, Mark Kia.
Offer through Kia Motors Finance. Offer expires March 31st, 2026.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Wrapping up today's edition of the program. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's now time for all the stories we didn't get to today on the show. I'm sure there's a lot. We've gone in many different directions today. And so it's time for the leftovers.
All right. Well, we're going to do what I call the prospect leftovers edition.
Okay.
Because a lot of final rosters were put out today.
Yes.
We will start with the top Cardinals prospect. J.J. Weatherholt makes the opening day roster in St. Louis.
Well, I mean, you got to give the Cardinals fans something to be excited about. I mean, that team's going to stink this year.
They are going to stink out loud.
So you got to give them something.
By the way, day 2 of the music, it did throw me off there a little. I was like, why is the music that playing?
But do you like it, though?
I do like it. Yeah, it's very nice. Yes, got to give them something to be excited about. A team that I think has some excitement to be is the Rays, and one of them will be Carson Williams. He will start at shortstop.
They've got Simpson, they've got Carson Williams, they've got some young position players.
I mean, even Junior, still young.
Right. That could make them a little more exciting than I think people think. Surprisingly, the question about them is, do they have the pitching? You like some of the infrastructure.
Which is very opposite
of what they've done in the past. They've been really good at developing arms and then just trading them away because they've had a surplus. Now, not so much, and their position prospects are kind of carrying the load a little bit. So interesting to see their, philosophy kind of flip a little bit.
The next prospect phenom in Detroit, Kevin McGonigal, to be on the opening day roster.
Yeah, I mean, this Tigers team, man, they're really exciting. They really are. They are.
Talk about young position players there, too. I guess Riley Green's not that young.
They've got Riley Green. They've got Spencer Torkelson. They've got McGonigal. They've got, obviously, Tarek Skubal. They have Framber Valdez. They were an exciting team 2 years ago when they made that improbable run to the playoffs. And then last year, you thought the follow-up was going to be there. Kind of fell short of that. This year feels like a year. A lot of people are picking them to be a surprise team to maybe win the American League. That's how strong people feel about the pitching that they've put together and guys like McGonigal. Him and Connor Griffin are the two top prospects in baseball that everyone's kind of gushing over. Connor Griffin's not going to make the Pirates because they're the Pirates and
he'll be up next week.
They just like to ruin fun. But the Tigers wasting little time. They want a full season of McGonigal.
Have you seen this story from the Rangers? Pretty cool story. Carter Baumler. I hope I'm saying his name correctly.
Probably not, but okay.
Carter Baumler was a Rule 5 draft pick, right? And he made the opening day roster, but they let him know in a spring training start and did a mound visit and in the middle of his start,
I saw this video.
told him
I
he
did see
made
this
the
video.
opening day roster.
Yeah, this was really cool. They had an exhibition last night, and Schumacher's their manager, right?
Correct, yeah.
So he goes out there to, we think it's a pitching change. No, just goes out there to tell him he made the big league team.
And then he came back.
Different way to do that, right? You usually see the video from inside the manager's office at the spring training facility. This was a different way to do it. It was really cool.
It was really cool. I thought it was very fun. Andrew McCutchen, not a prospect, but the other way. Andrew McCutchen also made that Rangers roster.
Rangers are going to be interesting. I'm looking at their roster
that
right now.
division is going to be really interesting. If you, and I'm sure we'll do predictions tomorrow.
Huge baseball show tomorrow. We're doing predictions. We are dueling drafts. Is baseball movies. So a very baseball-centric show tomorrow. We'll obviously recap Suns Nuggets, but a lot of baseball tomorrow on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to put together my my predictions tonight, I think.
I mean, you look at their rotation: Nate Eovaldi, Jacob DeGrom, Mackenzie Gore, Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker.
So interesting.
They got Nimmo,
I
Wyatt Langford,
can't quit
Corey
the
Seager.
hype on Kumar Rocker, too. The stuff is there.
Their big move was Mackenzie Gore, trading for him. They got Danny Jansen, Evan Carter, Jock Peterson, Josh Smith, Josh Jung. Good group.
It is. It's a really good group. They're just, where do they fall in that division? And I guess my question is, I know Seattle was great last year. They won the division. They almost went to the World Series. I'm sorry. They're just not the organization that you could tell me.
Well, and
they could win 70 games this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
You look at the rotation.
It's awesome.
Is Mackenzie Gore going to figure it out here? Are you going to get full seasons of Nate Eovaldi and Jacob DeGrom? Rocker's your 5 starter. Can he stay healthy? That's a concern for him. And so, yeah, there are question marks, though, when I look at their bullpen and I see it on paper and I go, I don't know if they have the guys right now.
I got to tell you, though, I went to MLB.com, like looking at the Phillies opening series.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like, you got Nate Eovaldi day 1, Jacob DeGrom day 2, and then you go with Mackenzie Gore day 3.
That's what you draw?
That's not.
It's open the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not, it's not the 3 I'm juiced to face.
No,
Mackenzie Gore dominates the Phillies every time. He strikes out like 75 times.
Yeah, you don't love facing a potentially healthy Jacob DeGrom.
It's like in his best start of the year.
Right, it's not enjoyable.
I think it was like his first year in Texas. By the way, this is the second year in like 3 years we're opening in Texas. I think it's in Philadelphia, but opening against Texas. And they played DeGrom opening day the year after he signed with the Mets, or the year after he left the Mets. And I was like, I mean, you got to be kidding me. I can't escape this guy.
I can't get away from this guy.
I thought I was done with him.
What do I got to do to get away from this guy?
And now he has followed me to the team that plays the Phillies opening day.
Yeah.
Actually, they put up 5 against them that day. Huge day for the Phillies.
Huge afternoon.
They lost that because Aaron Nola gave up 6 the following inning. Yeah. Roki Sasaki, by the way, it was a nice career.
He's starting.
Yes.
He's starting in the Guardian series. Their second series of the year after they faced the Diamondbacks is against the Guardians.
Yeah, he gave up like 9 to the Angels.
And he's going to start.
I don't get it. To me, this is the Dodgers like, we'll win anyway.
I know they're trying to go for 3
I
in a
hope
row.
the Dodgers stink. They won't.
If you're going to try to go for the regular season wins record, we can't be giving away starts for Roki Sasaki to figure it out. We can't be giving away games.
We need to, you need to win 116 games. I want to be clear again. 104. They need to win 114 games and win the World Series for this to be successful.
This would be like a team in the NBA trying to break the Warriors record and then just throw out a lineup of just rookies. Like, no, we can't give away opportunities here.
This would legit be like if Oklahoma City was chasing the record, which we kind of all talked at the
beginning of the season
in the year.
Yeah.
And they sat down Shea.
You're like, we can't be giving away games like this.
What are we doing?
What Dodgers, what are we doing? He has not been good. The only time you've been able to
Luckily, they're playing the Guardians. I bet you they did that on purpose. Like, they weren't going to start him against the D-backs. Like, if they had flipped it, if they played the Guardians in the first series, Sasaki starts Sunday.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. What are you expecting it to look like? Like, are you expecting it to just all of a sudden
Bad.
look great? I don't think it's
No,
going to be
you're
good.
just looking to see a little improvement.
Yeah. There you have it. Another edition of the program in the books. Jim Rome, he is coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody have a great rest of your Tuesday. A baseball-packed show coming to you tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. See ya!
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX